Okay, let's discuss. I'm doing my first medication decrease with the shrink, the med shrink. I got a med shrink and I got a tox shrink. But the med shrink, of course, is controlling all the meds. So I am scared. I'm just going to put that out there. This will be the first medication decrease in the 30 years of my life that I've been on meds since I was 20, a little bit less than 20 years old. So yeah, I'm 53 now. So yeah, long time. And I've never had a decrease. I've only had medication changes, flips, medication raises, obviously. That dosage isn't working for you. All right, let's up the dose. So that's not working for you either. Let's up the dose. And then you get to the max dose and they're like, oh, well, that's not working for you at all. We should just change to a different medication. Yeah. If you know, you know. You know. So I've been keto, I would say strict keto, for the past 11 months. And last month, the first drug that we are going to work with is Topamax. I was taking it morning and night. And we had a little slight mishap where, so I have 2 of these. Highly recommend them if you can get 2. So I would take 1 in the morning, 1 at night. And of course, my sweet, demented little brain was thinking, well, how about I just take all the mornings and then instead of every night, I'll do every other night as kind of I'll decrease it myself. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. That didn't work out very well. Just FYI, I am not a medical person. I am not a medically professional person. I don't think you should do that. Yeah. Definitely talk to your healthcare provider about these kind of things. Because I had what I would consider a dip in the depression. And I did talk to my talk shrink about it. And what was interesting, first of all, for both of us, but mostly me, was the fact that I noticed that there was something wrong. I noticed that there was something different with my mood. Like, what's that? Like, normally, a depressive person, and chronic depression, in case anyone hasn't got like treatment resistant depression going on over here, normally I couldn't tell. Like, I don't know what other people are seeing. I don't know what, they see when they look at my personality. I've got the same weird personality since I was 20, so I don't know any different. But after 11 months and being stable on getting my food, getting my nutrition, making sure I stay on that road, stay on that path, don't veer off, don't try to do anything fancy, just do the basics, stick to the rules, and everything was great. And so now that I got that down, we're going to tackle the medication, which I think is a solid plan for anybody who's psychiatrically challenged and they want to start decreasing. Get the keto thing down first, then try to tackle your medication. Do not try to do it at the same time. Not a good idea. But the fact that I noticed that there was a difference in my mood, that I was feeling sadder. I didn't want to do the things that I was doing before, playing with the cats or going to see a friend or going to my activities. Something fell off, and then I knew that there was something wrong, and I was discussing it with her, the talk therapist. And of course, is there anything different you're doing? What's going on? I'm like, well, I thought I'd start a decrease by myself. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so I talked to the med shrink, and we came up with a schedule, and I'm going to go slower because I don't want that to happen again. But I'm glad that I can tell. The fact that I can tell is a huge thing for me. So we got this down, and I know that there are lots of different, medication things out there. But when you're going through a medication decrease, and as I'm learning, they're going to ask you to start cutting the pills. Cut them in half and then cut them into quarters, put them in a different sections. Because I use this one for the medication, like prescription, and the last one for prescription. And these two middle ones are for vitamins. So, I can't mess that up too much, but at least I know where the designated prescriptions go. And I have 2 weeks at a time so that I can, cut all the pills up, and I know that they're there and they're done. So I don't have to exert too much energy into putting all the pills out. Only once every 2 weeks do I have to exert that kind of brain energy into getting all the pills out, laying them out, opening up the little doors, putting all the little pills in, splitting the pills now. Like, that's a lot of spoons to put into energy to try to figure that shit out. So you just want to make it as easy on yourself as possible. So now we are splitting the pills to morning and night, and now it's going to be a half of a pill. So I'm just making this video to make sure that I know where I am in the scheme of things. This week starts the half of a pill of Topamax. We're going to do this. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Because if I start to notice that there's something different, either I can work through it, or I can talk to either one of them about it. The med shrink isn't as scary now. It seems, I don't know, med shrinks are scary in general because they have the controls of all the meds, and before I didn't care, but now I kind of care. So I just want to make sure that he seems like a good guy, so that's good. And my talk therapist is great, so I can tell her anything, and I feel safe with her. So yeah, that is where I'm at. We're going down half. We're going to do half for 2 weeks. So hopefully in 2 weeks, I will check in again, because then we're going to go to a quarter. We're going to split the split. That's going to get a little messy. I don't know how you even, it's going to crumble. But we're going to try it. We're going to try, because that's what's advised of the medical people. I am not a medical professional. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I'm just going to try to follow directions, and we'll see what happens. Okay? That's all we can do. That's what we're going to try to do. Okay. That's what I got, and that's what I'll end with.